And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another edition after over a year. What is this, 2021? Welcome to the Grand Platypus Open number 86, the great return of the GPO. It has been actual years. It's actually been a very, very long time since the last GPO, but we have brought it back here for 2023 after over a year-long hiatus, and we have quite an amazing tournament, quite a bracket, and quite a number of players as well. We'll get into it after we get into this series, because spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have the Chinese Protoss player representing Team Starlight Twinkle SLT. It is Buqun. Buqun. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have his opponent. We have the Australian Terran player representing the Cranky Ducklings. Usually he's casting, but now he's playing. It is AsherBro. Oh, it has been a long time since I've had the luxury of casting AsherBro. For those who maybe are unaware, hold on, un momento as I quickly just fix some settings here. But for those who don't know, AsherBro used to play in our amateur tournaments. We would host Master Swan Open every other week back in the day, every year basically, aside from last year. Oh, sorry, this year. But yeah, we would host these tournaments for Masters players, and Asher would be a semi-regular in those. Of course, Steel Mode would usually cast those, but I think I was able to cast Asher maybe once, if that, maybe once, maybe twice. But it's been a long time. We don't run our amateur tournaments anymore. We used to, but again, not quite anymore. So it's great to see a tournament where Asher can actually participate, where he can play. And he has leveled up quite a bit ever since those days. No longer is he Master, now he is GM. And now he's up against another player here, but someone from a bit of a different region. For those who don't know, Grand Platypus Open used to be a weekly tournament that we would host. It was 2019, 2020, and 2021. So for 3 long years, we hosted this weekly tournament, and it was restricted to players from Oceania and Southeast Asia. So Australia, New Zealand, Vietnam, the Philippines, India, for example. But this year, we have decided to bring it back. You can support it through many means, but we have brought it back this year, and we are, of course, opening this tournament up to a couple of additional regions. It is open now to Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, Macau, Mongolia, and China. And that is where we have a couple of Chinese players signing up here. So yeah, we're opening things up, and hopefully we can get a little bit more, again, eyes, more participation, more players. And again, this is also in line with the new EPT region lock, as of course the regions have been merged this year for DreamHack. Oh, but here we go. Already we have a bit of a cheeky open here. Buqun does go for a pylon across the map. Did go for a gate expand. Ooh, the Reaper does go down without getting any damage. We saw a full scout of the main base, but I'm sure Asher would have been counting pylons, and he would recognize that a pylon is missing. Outside of that, we do see a bit of a double gas opener here from Asher, so a little bit of a more aggressive opener. We see a prioritization of the 111. The CC is still on the way, and we see what the proxy was for. It's for the Dark Shrine. Oh boy. It is for the Dark Shrine. Asher did at least scout the tech. He was able to confirm the Twilight Council at least, so he knows about that. But he's unaware of any kind of proxy. So for all he knows, it's going to be a blink opener, which is pretty standard. It's pretty common. There's nothing too strange about this. We can see that this isn't researching. And because Asher lost his Reaper, he can't go back in to rescout. Oh my god. Meanwhile, he's going to be going for a Widowmine drop across the map. The drop will confirm the lack of upgrade and the lack of blink on the Stalkers. But before that happens, we have DTs on the way. Are we going to have scan energy? That's the thing. We are going to have a tech lab on the starport, so we should be making a Raven. But before that happens, again, the Dark Shrine is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. The Widowmine drop is zooming across the map. There it is. The Raven is in production, but is it going to come out in time? Here we go. The drop is going to be sent on in. The advantage here for Asher is that because there's no blink, we have only 2 gateways. We don't really have a lot of stalkers, but no, Asher, he does get sent away. He doesn't get into the main. He didn't have a boost available at the time, and now the DTs are waddling on in. The Raven still needs a couple more seconds to actually come in, and the DT is going to be able to get a bit of damage. Does Asher see? Up, up. Oh, he sees. He lifts up his depots. We do have the turret on the way. The first of these DTs is going to be going down. 1, 2, 3, 4 SCVs go down in the main, sorry, in the natural. And that's not bad damage here. Not bad, but the game will not end. Asher has detection. Ooh, at the same time, oh my god, no reaction. The first 2 mine shots weren't that great, but the third one does pop off in the middle of that mineral line. 13 probes go down. Oof. It's a lot of counter damage done here, and Buqun, this was supposed to do more. Again, compared to what we see, when we go for a proxy like this, when we go for a Dark Shrine opener like this, we delay our tech so much. And Buqun, to try and catch up, he's going for a faster third base. It makes sense, you know, he needs to try and catch up economically. Not just catch up, he should be in an economic lead right now, but he just doesn't have that. We do see charge on the way as well, so it looks like Buqun, I do appreciate this. He's going to be going for charge as well as Archons. He's going to have, of course, the tech to warp in some DTs, and charge or Archon can do quite well, especially if the Terran does move out. We can see though, Asher, he is just doing what he does best, or doing what Terran does best. He's turtling up back at home. He's going for a full wall at the natural. He's got his tanks out already. He has Marines in the main, so he's very well set up for a counter Blink Stalker push. If that were to come, well, we can see it's not, but if it were to come, then he's ready for a Prism to slip in or anything like that. So very nice defensive setup. We do have the classic 3 racks follow-up as well, so we're a little bit supply blocked, but outside of that, you know, we have everything that we need. Ooh. And thankfully, you know, we are going to be able to have that set up. Meanwhile, we do have, the Prism is slipping in as Asher is moving out. A little bit of an unfortunate timing for our Terran player. Well, but the Prism doesn't go in yet. I'm sure he will as soon as the army reveals itself. And there we go. What do we have at home to defend? Stim is about to finish up. We have a couple of Marines back at home, but here we go. In come those charge lots. Asher is going to make a choice here. Does he turn around? Does he keep on pushing? He's forced to pull some of these boys here just to buffer. Widowmine is going to burrow as well. Up, up. Oh, a little bit of friendly fire, but, you know, the drop for the most part has been dealt with. At the same time, Asher is focusing on his frontal assault. Charge was just revealed. He knows what he's up against. He goes for the scan. He misses the army. No! Asher, por favor. Oh, he's going for the CG. Oh, beautiful anti-armor missile there. Every Zelda is going to be going down, and Asher, he can stim from here. A beautiful timing with his upgrades with 1-1. The Zelda in the main base are being cleaned up, and Asher is just pushing on through the natural. The anti-armor missile was insane. He was able to siege up in time. The tank barely survived, and GG gets called. Asher will take game 1. Oh. Oh my god. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. GG, well played. Asher does take that first game. The DTs weren't quite scouted, but Asher was prepared for it nonetheless. Only lost a handful of SCVs, and what a way to start the tournament. What a way, Poppy. What a way. And yeah, as a reminder though, this is a best of 3, so we will have a continued series. We will be getting into game number 2 right from here. Oh boy. And yeah, I'm really excited to see where this will go and how Buqun will progress. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I'm going with Buqun. Maybe more native Mandarin or Chinese speakers can let me know. But yeah, Buqun, he's a great guy as well. He's not a pro player for those who are unfamiliar. He's actually, I believe, he's on Team Starlight Twinkle because I believe he's the manager of Starlight Twinkle. Like, he has some kind of administrative position, whether it's the manager or an admin or, you know, like an assistant manager or something like that. Like, he does help, you know, support the team and organize the team and manage the team overall. Oh, is going to be getting ready here for game number 2. So yeah, like, shout out to Buqun. Like, he does do quite a bit. He also helps He also helps organize events. I wasn't too familiar with this, but Buqun actually organizes an event called the Sunrise Cup. Or at least, you know, partially organizes the Sunrise Cup, which is a Chinese exclusive event. So yeah, unfortunately there isn't an English stream for the Sunrise Cup. Depending on when it is, you know, we may just approach them and be like, yo, want an English caster for this event? we're the Ducklings. We cast everything. So I may consider looking into some of this Sunrise stuff. Yeah, so Buqun, he does a lot other than just play, you know. He does a lot more. He invests quite a bit into StarCraft. So much love to Buqun. I keep saying Buqun. God damn it. As we are going to be getting ready here. Looks like game number 2 is going to be on Royal Blood. Whew. Let us get into this. And I'm not too sure what game number 3 is going to be on. Just letting them know that we are good to go, and yeah, we can just get right into this. Meanwhile, we have quite a number of other players signing up. There's Lao Lao, he's been popping up in the chat. You love to see him. There's Barwu, the Australian player. Knock Knock has signed up. Oh my god, it's always great to see Knock Knock as well. He's another one of the regulars in the more amateur events. And then, of course, the big players. We've got Go-Go Joey, Demi, and Beastork. They're the ones to beat. They're the ones that are going to be looking to go all the way to the finals, or at least the semifinals. Can anyone stop them? That is the question. Oh boy. As again, exclamation mark be in the chat if you want to look at the bracket yourself. Also, if you want to support this tournament, exclamation mark Matcherino. There is a Matcherino page for this event where you can support if you wish. But until then, we are going to be jumping into this series, jumping into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood. We have the Australian Terran player. He is pink, representing the Cranky Ducklings. It is AsherBro. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponents. We have the Chinese Protoss, the red Protoss, representing Team Starlight Twinkle. It is Buqun. Yeah, let's go, Poppy, let's go. I can see the chat catching up. Rise is in it, mate. Rise, mate. Why don't I see you on the bracket? Why don't I see you on the bracket, Papi? Aye, aye, aye. We do have some Aussies in the bracket, which is cool to see, but Chappie signed up. Chappie messaged me before the event, and he's like, mate, I'm sorry, I've got some other commitments. I got some D&D, and I'm like, god damn it. So Chappie is out tonight, so unfortunately he couldn't check in, as well as some of the other Australian players. But, you know, we've got AsherBro, we've got Barwu as well. You know, I appreciate the players that, of course, were able to be a part of this, and we'll see how this all unfolds. I'm curious as well how good of a player Buqun is, because again, I know him more as an admin or organizer. Of course, he does play the game, and he's clearly got some builds. You know, that was clearly a decently executed build in that last game. How does he compare to Asher? You know, someone around 5k here. I'm excited. I would love to see this go all the way to the ace match. You know, I want to see Asher lose at least a game. I love you, Asher. I love you. Also, for those wondering, Asher, I think initially we planned for Asher to join me after his tournament run, unless he wins the whole thing, of course. But he was going to join me after his tournament run. But alas, he actually went to karaoke last night. And karaoke, after almost a week of casting, Asher's throat is... his voice is pretty gone. I was talking to him, and his voice just isn't quite there, so as a result, he can't really cast tonight. He has to look after himself, and he has to take care. That's all good. That's all good. You know, look after yourself, Bobby. Look after yourself. Speaking of, we have a double gate opener. Oh my god. Not just that. Buqun. He's pulling a Paddy Mac and going for a 2-gate opener. On top of that, Off of one base, he's going for a Twilight Council as well. This is pretty committed. This is looking pretty all in. To delay your natural for so long. Meanwhile, the probe was hiding from the Reaper and is going across the map. But the Reaper, up. Oh, he comes across the probe. No, Asher. Oh, he had the Reaper rallied, and I don't know if he saw. The Reaper saw, but I don't think Asher did. He's scouting with his second Reaper around the map as well. Oh my goodness, he's going for his own one base all in. He's going for a one base 3 racks with a factory. Mate, we're all clowns. We're all clowning right now. We're going one base DTs, but the Reapers are getting in. No, they don't check. Oh, they're going to be delaying the natural base. They're going up into the main. We have a recall for the Adepts, and the Adepts are actually going to hide the tech. The Reapers did see the one base Twilight Council, which is a massive tell that something is amiss, but he didn't see the Dark Shrine. Meanwhile, we have a proxy gateway being set up across the map. Again, Asher, this is dangerous because he's going for this one base all in. He doesn't have a starport. He doesn't have a Raven. He's only going to have one orbital for scans. He has to be very careful with his muling. And I'm worried that he will mule because it's off of one base all in. Like, your economy is that much more efficient or important. Like, you need as many resources as possible. Maybe Asher did notice that the Twilight Council wasn't researching. That is possible, as he is going to be kiting the Adepts here in the middle of the map. Oh my god. Warp Gate is still on the wait. There's no Warp Gate. What? I just realized. Where's the Warp Gate? No. Buqun, he was too distracted. He never started Warp Gate. Oh no. Oh no, he just now noticed. We see Warp Gate start. We see the chrono. This is disastrous. He could already have DTs across the map. The DTs could have won in the game. Asher, he muled. He doesn't have a scan. If there were DTs hitting him right now, like, they would be doing so much damage. There's nothing to deal with them. Buqun, he could have made some magic happen. We have a 4th gate on the way. The army's moving out across the map. To be fair, these DTs can still do well defensively, but Buqun had like such a massive opportunity, I feel. Even if we did save energy for one scan, like, you split up the DTs and you have a second DT going anyway, and one scan would not have been enough. Ay. Here we go. The army of Asher is rocking up. The shield battery is going to be going down. The DTs are about to reveal themselves. The first DT comes in. We have one scan, but only a single scan. That is all the energy we have. Before that happens, though, it looks like this natural base is going to be under threat. Here we go. The second DT is going to waddle on in, and it is going to force Asher back. Again, this could have hit, what, 30 seconds ago? Maybe a minute ago? Like, Buqun had a chance. He had such a massive opportunity. Warp Gate still is not done. Again, it was so chaotic with what was happening in the middle of the map with the DTs. Meanwhile, we have a DT in the main base as well. Damage is still being done. We have a Raven on the way. We still don't have any energy for one scan. We need a little bit more time. There we go. Scan is utilized. 7 workers just went down. Ash's economy is in the dumpster right now. He did commit to this one base all in, and he doesn't have a lot of longevity. He's got to end the game soon, and it looks like he has to wait for the Raven. He's not going to try and throw down a second CC. He's just going to go for one big all in with the Raven. And what that means is that if Buqun, God, I keep saying it. If he's able to somehow snipe this Raven, he can take a fight. He can survive. It's going to be close, though. I mean, we have a lot of DPS. We have a lot of Marine. Stim did just finish up. Not like this, but here we go. The DT is going to counterattack here, and Asher is just sending everything he has across the map. Oh, the DT, no! Its A moved up! Go, you can do it. There we go. Is going in. At the same time, Asher is meeting the Stalker army in the middle of the map. Blink is still not done though, and this lock-on is gonna be punishing this. 2 Stalkers go down already. Buqun, he can't afford to lose these Stalkers. We see a stim. Asher is gonna hunt all of this down. Another DT is revealed, but Asher, he doesn't care. We have the Raven. GG gets called, and Asher takes game number 2. Oh, GG. This could have gone to game 3. Oh my god. GG, well played. I'm just messaging some people. GG, well played. Congratulations to Asher for taking the series 2-0. It was close though. Again, like, if Buqun hadn't forgotten Warp Gate, honestly, if he hadn't, it would have been a different game. It legit would have been a different game. Oh my god, but GG, congratulations to Asher as he does advance on in the bracket. Well deserved. You know, again, Asher, he was a little bit more of a solid player. Buqun, you know, maybe has a little bit of nerves, you know, and because of that, it can be, things can get really chaotic, and sometimes little things like Warp Gate, they can slip your mind. You know, you can forget them in these high intense situations when you're being casted, when you're in a tournament. It's understandable. It definitely is. And yeah, massive shout out to Buqun for participating, for competing, and for putting on some good games. I appreciate the DT play, and hey, it almost worked, man. It legit almost worked. Oh my god. GG, well played. Asher is going to move on in the bracket, and let's have a look at how that bracket is shaping up.